Hey guys, I'm back. So today is the day I will be telling my first part of my sexual abuse experience I had as a child. As most of you know, at a young age, I experienced abandonment issues with my birth mom, which I believe is part of the reason why I accepted this trauma into my life. Just because subconsciously I had a lot of fears and values of who I was. I had bounced from home to home, hoping to be accepted by a foster family of sorts. I first met my assaulter when I was 4 years old. I was living with a foster family that didn't have the resources to care for me in the way that I needed. This was set up as a visit for my mom to understand the traumas I was coming into the household with. And also for me to kind of get to know the kids. Shaving cream. Sorry, I got distracted. A few months later, I moved in with my new and final destination for my family, where I would be adopted. But for me, I figured, hey, this is probably just a temporary situation, but I'm going to try and make it work for longer. And we will see how it goes. So for me, it was more, I felt like it was the next few years of my life. Once again, I felt I had done something wrong because of a fear I had been unlovable. I had been abandoned by my birth mom. And I was just going through a lot and did not know how to trust anyone really. So I felt like I had done something wrong because I could not be loved by anyone. And everyone that ever put effort to me always walked away. Though it was subconscious, it played a major role in the actions that followed the next years. It was early June of 2005 when my assaulter fully gained my trust and made the decision to manipulate that trust I had in him. At the time, all of us shared one bedroom. There was 3 boys. My one brother was asleep. He snuck into my bedroom and started playing with my penis. When I asked what he was doing, he explained that it was something I was going to like. And that it was a sort of unspoken rule of every household when we go and get to a certain age. That the oldest sibling is required to do to you. Since I trusted him, I allowed it to happen. He taught me how to make out, grind, stroke, suck, kiss, and pleasure him the right way. I figured by allowing this to happen, it was a way to finally be accepted into the family for good. It started as a once every so often. He called it the thing. We didn't have a word for sex, so we used the word the thing. It eventually started becoming a weekly reprieve, which then became a daily idea and expectation for me to perform. I was adopted almost a year later, and I thought this is amazing. I have a family. In first grade, the following fall, I started The following fall, I started first grade. I believe there was another kid who possibly might have been going through the same experience, the same thing, or maybe I thought that the best way to make friends was by using my gift my brother gave me and showed me how to use. Either way, me and this kid would give each other heads in the elementary school bathroom during lunch. As second grade rolled around, I think the new kids knew what me and the other kid were doing at home. I was still expected to perform my special task on a daily basis while I was at school. I felt isolated and abandoned again and again. My friend from first grade left to go to a new school. Meanwhile, I didn't have any friends because I kept being called gay by the popular kids in school. At home, I felt accepted because I was able to upkeep my performance. That was until I had enough of being called gay at school. And asked my mom what it was. She explained to me that it was two men who were attracted to each other and became very passionate. I, as the kid, chose to cut any idea of being gay out of my life, and I chose to tell my brother the next time he asked me to do the thing, no. Well, that didn't work. If I denied him my use, he would tell me the reason I was still in the household was because of him, and that it was all his choice to have me in the household, and if he didn't want me, I would be gone. Again, my fear of abandonment kicked in, and I would do as he said. Eventually, that did not start to be enough for me. Feeling like I owed him for allowing me to stay did not feel like enough. So I would tell him no, and he would physically hurt me. You know, he called me a lot of names. He would bite me, he would hit me, he would kick me. He would beat me until I did what he asked. And eventually, once I started getting stronger and more in power of who I was and trying to do the best, he would chase me around the house with knives in order to perform my task. He had power over me because he had put me in such a place of fear. At first it was happening out of false trust in him. Then it was out of fear of being abandonment. And then it was out of fear of being physically harmed. And towards the end of elementary school, I upheld his request in a fear of losing my life. As I got older, the timing started subsiding. This is part 1 of my sexual assault story. Tune in Thursday when I sing Human, as I feel connects best with this part of the story. Next week I will release part 2, which will finish the assault part of my story when the assault finally stopped. And we will get into my unhealthy coping habits I chose to do in high school and before. It will end at the end of my senior year of high school, and I will post a part 3 discussing the continuous cycle I went through after high school until I got to where I am now. With each of these stories I share, on Thursday is when I will post covers related to the subject matter. I truly hope that this was able to help you guys somehow. Um, telling this story, it takes a lot. And for a lot of people, they don't understand the deepness of the story and how much people have to go through. Me personally, I went through sexual trauma, but there's people that are out there that, see people get shot right in front of them. Like, I had my own personal trauma, and everyone has their own personal trauma. But in the end of the day, we all have to find a way to deal with it the most accurate way that makes us feel comfortable. And for me, that is sharing my story and showing how far you can really get. Have a good day, and thank you for watching my story. If you want to subscribe, my Instagram is gonna be in the description below, and so is my Snapchat and my TikTok. So if you want to follow me on those also, go ahead. That's where you guys will see a majority of what I'm doing now. Just for the next few weeks, I will be telling my sexual assault story until I get to a point where I can tell the rest of it. Or we'll see. Well, whatever happens next. But this is part 1. Tune in next week and on Thursday. I love you guys. Bye.